Hello and welcome to my Pillars of Eternity Definitive Edition live playthrough. This time we are having part 18, and in the last episode we were doing some side questing and Ondra's gift part of the Defiance Bay city. We are still not finished. We will need to still find a small kid and maybe try to find some or solve some other quests, and one of them is also a mine quest which is still there, but I still haven't found a clue about it, so let's continue and hopefully we find it soon. So, welcome back to the Ondra's Gift. We have checked everything around here, with the exception of Valiant Trading Company, and we are still somehow waiting for lower tide, but
Certainly.
as far as I know, during the day it was impossible. Oh, what's this? No, I was already afraid that I can go into the water. Well, let's go back. It's probably that I have missed the very low tides during the day, so we will need to do some quests around, and then maybe we can find. Anyway, let's go to the Wylian Trading Company and see what we can find there.
Nice and quiet.
And as always,
Certainly.
let's check out, just in case. Welcome to Wylian Trading Company. Thank you.
Hail and well met.
A young woman stands behind the counter, watching you with quick, intelligent eyes. Welcome. This is your first visit to the Wayland Trading Company, is it not? Please, let me know how I can assist you. Her tone is both professional and inquisitive. Who are you? I'm the assistant manager of this warehouse. Currently, I help Verzano run things, but I'll take over when he retires, or when the company bosses back home decide it's time for new management. She rolls her eyes. You have more business to discuss? What is this place? The Wayland Trading Company is an association of merchants from Wayland republics. We oversee trade deals and negotiations on behalf of our merchants. She gestures toward the door on the right. This is our warehouse, where we store goods in transit. Very well.
To whispers and shadows.
And as you have noticed, I have purchased 2 new pets from Wayland republics. Esteem Maestre Verzano. While your ambition would dignify my son of the republics, your methods do not. The dukes have asked once, did you see to the business interest of all the republics? They are not given to asking twice. Vicent Agosti. bundled navigational charts and nautical maps. A shipping manifest listing the cargo of the Principa Messiamena. 400 shark skins from Ruatai, 20 bales of blackwood from the Living Lands, and 6,000 barrels of Edair ale. Apretas, keep those crates moving. For immediate transport to Barda, handle with care. My job is to just guard the crates, I don't ask what's in them. It's no accident that the founders of the Valen Trading Company built this warehouse so close to the Celti mast. This was a guy which Palagina was talking about, so let's check a little bit more about the warehouse before talking to him. Just in case. Oh. Caution, flammable. Okay. Let's go. Get away from there. Live specimens. Do not open. Okay, let's talk to him. Enough loitering around. A man stands in the corner of the warehouse, directing traffic. Gems wink from the many rings on his fingers as he points and waves at the laborers. His silk clothes, too finely embroidered, aren't new. You notice a couple mended seams around the shoulders and a discreet patch on one elbow.
Greetings!
When he sees you, he throws his arms wide in an expansive welcome. Greetings, you have come to the warehouse and headquarters of the Valiant Trading Company. He consults a pocket watch. Some of the gold filigree has chipped away. But you are late. I sent word to the expedition hall yesterday. This delivery cannot wait. He snaps the watch shut. Who was that feathered woman? Ah, you must mean Palagina. She is a paladin in the employ of the Wayland embassy. He chuckles. She is a good soldier, but not so good at taking orders. Too hot a temper, I'm afraid. She seemed angry. He looks again. That is no surprise. She is hot-headed, a woman in a brotherhood of paladins, and touched by the gods in such an unusual way. Something else I can help you with, or shall I return to my business? Tell me about what you do here. I am a merchant from Anchenze, the fairest of the Whaling republics, here in Defiance Bay. I run the Whaling Trading Company. He gestures at the stacked crates. We ship cargo to and from the republics. We are part of the grandest mercantile organization in the world. Anything you can imagine, we can ship it. He grins. For a fee. I'd like to know more about the Whaling Trading Company. We are confederation of merchants and traders from the republics. He looks proudly around the warehouse. We sell all manners of goods and equipment, and for years we've enjoyed fruitful contracts with many shops, inns, and armorers throughout the Defiance Bay. Is something wrong? It's nothing. He waves a hand. Only that competition has grown especially fierce in recent months, but I suppose this is to be expected given the legacy, as the locals called it. What's delivery? He tugs at his beard. I must assume, then, that you are not from the company I contacted at the expedition hall. He waves a hand. But you are here, and they are not. It is a bag of bitter squash seeds, which are prized for their medicinal properties. Few merchants in Defiance Bay deal in them, but those who do know their value. Seems simple enough. Why ask me? A frown distorts his meticulous goatee. My own careers have been robbed and beaten these past weeks. It would seem that some of my competitors resent my success. In any case, you are not a known associate. You would be left alone, and if not, he shrugs and grins, you look like you could handle yourself. And as for your integrity, I suppose I will just have to trust you, as you will have to trust my assurances that you won't find a buyer outside of my contacts. I'll do it. He claps his hands together. Excellent. Now, deliver this package to a man named Gareth at the Goose and Fox Inn in Cooper Lane. He will know what to do with it. He slips a bag of bubbly seeds into your hands. Return to me when you are done, and I shall see your payment. And I shall see your payment.
Hail and well met.
Verzano checks his battered pocket watch. Better deliver that package now. Business such as this is best concluded quickly. Farewell. Mestre Verzano, the head of the Valiant Trading Company in Defiance Bay, wants me to deliver a package. Master Verzano has given me a package to deliver to Gareth at the Goose and Fox in Copper Lane. So, let's go around the rest of the district. Also, let's see this house if the guys there are still there from dozens.
Welcome.
We have an understanding about the brothel, right? Is there something else? Never mind. Okay, nothing new. So let's check the rest.
Nice and quiet.
No hiring builders, no experience needed.
Gods keep you.
As you approach, she eagerly turns to you. She eagerly turns to you. You interested in doing some construction work? Her clothes are simple, but nicer than most you've seen in Andra's gift. Pays good money. I take it you're having trouble finding workers. Oh no, have you seen someone named Darren? That's first. Yeah, top searching. The name doesn't ring a bell. If you find him, ask if he's interested in doing some construction. Okay, I take it you're having trouble finding workers. Workers who aren't superstitious cowards anyway, she shakes her head. I offer good coin, but as soon as I tell them about the job, they say an ode to the Lady of Lament and spit over at the dock. They all think the lighthouse is haunted, ever since the flood of Ondra's gift. Echoes of the war. The flood certainly claimed enough cells to pack a lighthouse full of bursting. Ondra's gift was flooded? Back at the end of the War of Defiance, it was one of the finishing blows to the Aediran military. Cost us a lot, though. The whole district was supposed to be evacuated, but not everyone left in time. The Aedirans put anyone they found to the sword. The lucky ones who escaped, the slaughtered roundhouse after drone hours later when Hadred's forces broke the dams. Locals say the lighthouse keeper was one of the people who stayed behind, and one of the last to die. She shrugs. I don't know why that makes the lighthouse any more haunted than the rest of the gift, but there you have it. Have you gone inside? Who, me? She lost nervously. Not exactly. See, my health is rather delicate, and all the dust. She sighs. Alright, when I saw two Amawa the guns running as fast as they could down the pier, I lost my nerve too. I could take a look. Good. About time someone put an end to this foolishness. She rummages in her pocket and pulls out the skeleton key. As she hands it to you, she hesitates. Just be careful. Not that I believe the ghost stories, but it is an old building, so watch your step. I have some other questions. Yeah, nuts. What do you want to know? Do you know what might be inside the lighthouse? If only. Naya shrugs. It's been uninhibited since they flooded Andra's gift. Hmm, have you seen someone named Erin? Uh, what are you building? An inn, allegedly. She brushes a single loose strand of her bun behind her ear. The gift needs a spot with a little more class than the salty must. This district has been in the dumps since the War of Defiance. It seems ready for some fresh development. So imagine my excitement when I find this place. 3 floors tall, right on the water, for sale at a reasonable price. The seller suggested that there were other interested buyers, so I closed the deal before I'd taken time to really look into it. Stupid. She shakes her head. Being from New Homar, I knew about the floods, but I didn't know about the superstitions surrounding the lighthouse. And the salon was long gone by the time I found out. At this point, it will be a miracle from the Lady of Lament herself if I make my investment back. You're not from the Defiance Bay, are you? She laughs bitterly. What gave it away? The accent, or the fact that I was the dupe who paid good coin for this place? I'm from New Homar on the northern coast. It's smaller than Defiance Bay, so I came here hoping for the fresh opportunities and maybe the chance to do a little good in this neighborhood. Tell me about the flooding of Ondra's gift. Edred ordered it near the end of the War of Defiance. It was one of the finishing blows to the Aetherin military. Okay. Locals say the lighthouse keeper was one of the people who stayed behind. Got this one as well. Whatever. Next, trying to renovate the old lighthouse in Ondra's gift. But rumors of its haunting have driven away her laborers. She'd like someone to take a look around the place to prove that it's safe for work to begin. Nah, give me a key to the lighthouse in the southwest corner of Ondra's gift. She doesn't seem to think there's anything wrong with the place, but she'd like me to investigate the rumors of its supposed haunting.
Nice and quiet.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
A dozen Adiran ships were shattered against these levees during the War of Defiance. Best to heed the astrologers, I find, where tides are concerned.
Place gets my blood beating in all the right places.
The captain won't be happy to hear about this. About what? Marciano. This young lanky sailor is wrinkling his caps anxiously, sweat beading on his furrowed brow. His eyes widen as you approach, and he takes a few steps forward.
How do you do?
If you a moment, you're not from around here, right? You don't look like you're from the docks. He looks around nervously. I could use your help. Any chance you've seen a little boy named Darin? Huh. Oh sure, he wanted to play on the ship, but I couldn't let him. Fortanero's very strict about that sort of thing. I had to shoo him off. Felt a bit bad about it. Saw him heading towards the salty mast. Not really somewhere he ought to be playing. Hope you find him. What make you think I'm not from around here? Gut feeling. The sail organizes weekly. I really could use your help though. You're a sailor? Yes, sir. I signed on about half a year back. The pay's decent, and the sight of the sun coming up over the sea, I wouldn't give that up for anything. He sighs. I just wish I'd ask around about the captain first. What's the problem? Oh, thank you. They weren't lying, saying you're a kind-hearted sort. He runs a hand throughout his hair nervously. It's the captain, or rather, not the captain himself, but his chest, his sea chest. He keeps all his valuable in there, tucked away safe. I was unloading it with the rest of the things, what with a stang in port a couple days, and he coughs. I may have gotten a little distracted. Marciano nods towards the buildings nearby. I wasn't gone long, just an hour about at the salty mast. When I got back, the chest was gone. He sets a pleading look on you. It really hasn't been that long. Whoever took it can't be too far. But the shifts change, and I'm on watch. I can't sneak off to look for it. And the captain will kill me if he hears of it. I'll get strung up on the yardarm. Please, if you could get it back for me, I swear by the flame, I'll make it worth your while. You can have my pay. I won't be spending it if Captain Fortanero finds out anyway. Any ideas where the thieves might have taken the chest? Well, the chest itself is pretty heavy. Nobody I've asked has seen it getting carried around either. I figured they must have snuck it off somewhere nearby, just out of sight. They can't have gone far. There's a pretty good lock on it too, so I'm hoping they haven't got it open. Unless they take an axe to it. I suppose. Oh gods, he takes a breath. If they got it open, I'm really done for. Forever. Marciano, a local deckhand, told me that Darin came by a few days ago asking to play on the ship. Marciano refused and saw the kid heading towards the salty mast, a local brothel. While exploring Undrek's gift, I discovered that a sea chest has been stolen from one of the ships docked at the pier. Marciano, a young sailor, has confided in me that Captain Fortanero's sea chest was stolen whilst he was distracted. Fortunately for Marciano, his captain is enjoying himself on the shore and has yet to hear of the incident. Marciano has pleaded with me to find this chest before the captain's returns. It is unlikely that they've made it out of Ondra's gift yet. I should start my search here.
Sharp eyes and keen ears. I can get it to spill its secrets. It's done.
Let's see what do we have there.
Silence surrounds me.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Nia's got her work cut out for her.
Hail and well met.
So, have you figured out what all the fuss is about? I'll talk to you later.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Okay, that was an unpleasant scream. Let's go inside. The lighthouse appears to have been abandoned for quite some time. It's infested with malevolent shadows, and I hear some kind of screaming coming from one of the floors above. This must be the creature that's been haunting the lighthouse for over a century.
To whispers and shadows. I can get it.
Oops.
I can get it.
Let's see if they are immune to... Yes, they are immune. Let's... go here.
Evie.
And... Okay, Alth is down. Oh, I forgot this. Bad me. Let's try to do this.
Yes? This thing isn't doing the job.
And let's... Let's use your two-handed sword. And okay.
Following your
This thing isn't doing the job.
Don't even slow it down!
Okay, a little bit messed up. Thankfully, Eloth is still alive. So let's unlock
I shall
this.
make it so. It's done. Certainly. I shall be discreet. Yes?
A patina of filth and that barnacles reaches almost to the ceiling. The glass is completely opaque with grime and salt. The wood of these barrels and crates is swollen and warped as if by water. The burlap sacks have all but rotted away. Ouch. Okay, let's use this as well. Small rain blight. This. And this. This and this.
following your
Let's heal up and primal water.
Certainly.
You will go with
How
Arquebus
may I help?
in the next fight.
And what does the flame reveal?
I'm on the trail.
A Spectre.
Hey,
Let's hit it. Oh. And you will shoot as well. And probably as well.
Yes?
this thing isn't doing the job. This thing is... Oh, this thing is...
Can't get a good shot.
That's it!
Doggy. What?
That's not very helpful.
Let's search more. Just in case to my character.
Hey, Ansawu! Hello? Hello?
The compounds and fluids in these bottles have separated into distinct layers.
I'll see what I can find.
Yellowed, fading marks of the bay around Andres Gifts show roots through the locks between the dikes that hold the ocean back. Carved into the post is the name Mervith, and a series of notches labeled with numbers. The lowest notch reads 4 and the highest notch reads 17. The notice is stiff with age and salt, aided and reinforcements advancing immediate evacuation of Ondra's gift by order of Duke Hedred. Let's see what we can find inside.
Silence surrounds me. Oh?
Another staircase. And Lilith. Shrieking sobs pierces your ears and rattle the musty rafters of the lighthouse. They emanate from the spectral figure of a woman hovering in the middle of the room. Each heave of her shoulders unleash another hair-raising wail. Back away. Oh, no. Get closer. As you approach, the spirit's cries take on a threatening edge. The swirling mist around its legs ripples with movement. The black pits of its eyes level momentarily with yours. Observe the Sangula. You're close enough to notice that the spirit's head is tilted back. Even as it loses blood-curdling howls, the faint movements of its head suggest that it's looking towards the windows and scanning the horizon. The Singula ghostly hands are stained with something dark. At first, you think it's blood, but it's as black as ink. This must be the creatures that's been haunting the lighthouse over for a century. Banshee of what the locals refer to as a Singula wails and screams from the third floor of the lighthouse. It hasn't attacked me yet, but I'll need to get rid of it one way or another before the tower is safe for Naya's workers. When I got close enough for a good look, I noticed that the spirit seemed to be watching the horizon for something. Its hands were stained with something dark, blood or ink perhaps. Maybe I'll find something nearby that can help me. Let's see. Logbook. The logbook expels a thick plume of dust. 6 Phonaton 2672 foggy, port full. 158 days since sighting the Red Dream. 12 Phonaton 2672 heavy rain. 2 fishing boats lost at sea. 164 days since sighting the Red Dream. First route on 2672. Dark clouds. Adrian ships on horizon. 173 days since sighting the Red Dream. The last lighthouse keeper kept a look seemingly into the final days of the War of Defiance. This person was also tracking the appearance of a ship called the Red Dream. Naya might know more about it.
I can get it to spill its secrets. It's done.
Let's see, what's that kind of armor? Damage reduction 8. No, I use this. Perception +3 and 1 stealth for everyone. That seems interesting. Let's give it to the Rams. Yep. Perception. 12. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I change it to someone else. But let's do Naya now.
Good day, stranger.
So, have you figured out what all the fuss is about? Have you heard of the Red Dream? Who hasn't? That ship's been running raids for decades now. Used to stop in New Homer laden with spoils from Ruatai traders. These days, I hear she spends most of her time prowling the Deadfire archipelago. Nya points to a ship anchored in the distance. That's her. When she's at port, her captain, an elf named Mervith, takes her shore leave over at the Charred Barrel in Brackenbury. Believe it or not, she likes her creature's comforts. She shakes her head. That's what I'm talking about. When a pirate won't ever set foot in the tavern on this side of town, it is high time for a new establishment. I'll tell to you later. Naya told me that the Red Dream is a pirate ship captained by an elf named Mervith. She is known to frequent the Charabella in Brackenbury when she's in town, which she apparently is now. Okay, so let's walk a little bit around the city to finish all the quests. Let's start with Copper Lane. First, The guy named Gareth. And here is a man skulls near the bar. He seems like he's trying to blend in with the wood paneling, and he watches the other patrons out of the corner of his eye. He gives you a quick nod as you approach. What do you do here? Me? I'm just minding my own business. Of course, you're standing by yourself in the corner of a tavern and you're not drinking anything. Not suspicious at all. Garrett nervous eyes dart around the room. Keep it down, will you? I really am here to do business, but it's the kind of thing that requires discretion, and unless a mutual friend has sent to me, that's all I've got to say on the subject.
Good day to you.
He peels his eyes from the bar. Yeah, Verzano has a delivery for you. He glances around and snatches the pouch from you. Keep your voice down, will you? The Doemenels have spies everywhere. He tucks the pouch away. You tell Verzano, this is the last time I'm buying from him. This is getting too dangerous for me. What the Doemenels have to do with this? You have no idea, do you? Let's just say that the Doemenels have exclusive rights to trade certain merchandise within the city. Verzano likes to make some extra coin for the time to time by dealing in the same merchandise, undercutting the competitions, he say. Tell me what was in the pouch. Bitter squash seeds. They interrupt pregnancies. Even though they're not exactly legal, many folks know they prefer them to the risk of hollowborn or celibacy. He pulls a wry frown. I don't think I've heard of the Manels. The more important thing is making sure they don't hear of you. They're old Brackenbury stock, but these days the Doemenels are known for their business activities, most of which involve some degree of bribery, extortion, theft, or murder. Did I just do something illegal? No, he grins weakly. Are we done? Yeah, we're done. Now get out of here before. A woman swaggers in, her polished boots thwacking the floor with slow, deliberate steps. A crooked sneer warps her smooth face. Gareth, I'm hurt. You promised to buy only from me. What's a girl to think? Gareth bows, his knees knocking together. Please, my lady, I was just explaining that I don't do business with anyone else. Except this one last time, right? Dana crosses her arms and rocks back on her heels. There's always one more deal. Until you run out of credit, that is. Dana turns and regards you, looking you up and down. And just who are you? You don't exactly look like a seed dealer. Elot glances at Gareth. I think that's a compliment. Stay silent. You got pluck, but don't try to hold out on me, especially not when I'm inclined to let you off the hook. Verzano put you up to this, didn't he? That old fool's on a sinking ship, and he's determined to drag anyone who gets close enough down with him. She eyes the trembling Gareth. Gareth, he knew better, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. In fact, I'll also give you a chance to get even with the imbecile who's been playing us both. She narrows her eyes. What do you say to killing Verzano? Tell me about the minerals. I don't know whether to be relieved or insulted. We are one of the wealthiest merchants' families in Defiance Bay. Let's just say, however, that some of our business practices are not officially sanctioned. Garrett groans and stifles a sob. Why would I want to do that? Why wouldn't you? He's used you to do his dirty work, and without telling you anything about what you were carrying or who you were crossing. She taps a finger to her jaw, and her voice laughs. Of course, I'd also consider it a personal favor, and House Doemenel is never stingy with its friends. She glances at Gareth. The loyal ones. I won't do it. She flicks a glowed hand at you, then scurry back to Verzano and get your payment while you still can. Just make sure you stay out of my way. Verzano gotten himself in trouble with the local crime cartel. Unfortunately, he is direct me with him. He is waiting for me at Wayland Trading Company in Ondra's gift. When I confront him, I will have to decide how I want to handle this treachery. Okay, more quests. Brackenbury. And Crucible Keep. Let's go first to the Crucible Keep, to Dunstan, and then to Brackenbury.
You've been on your own for 5 years,
I've had Itamok.
but you can't talk to him.
My standards changed around year 2.
Let's go visit Dunstan.
I suppose Cleaver sent you down here to get me working on those forge nights, eh?
I think this is what you've been looking for. Knights of the Crucible. Give him Vienna's research.
That's what Cleaver's been looking for anyway. If you found it, I guess I've got to start.
You don't sound too happy about this. I'm not, and I'm surprised someone as compassionate as you is going along with it. I made it clear to Cliver that this is a mistake. Trying to harness souls like this, it's a crime against the gods, and it's bound to earn us more trouble than it saves. But Cliver's given me his orders, so I got to build these things as best I can. Anyway, Cliver's told me I'm to sell you any arms or armor you might want. You won't find better anywhere in Defiance Bay. I can promise you that.
Now, time to see if that Valian was worth all that blood and copper.
He takes a polished breastplate and goes to work.
I'll be damned. To be honest, even I wasn't expecting it to work this well. Back to it. Cleaver will want me to finish the rest of them. And it sounded like he has a job for you, too.
Show me what you have for sale. Unique stock. Ooh, this was really cool. It's too expensive. And this one is very good as well. And I think it's very good for Adair. Yes, I'll... Yes, I will probably buy it later. Yeah, I have not much money right now. Need to save a little bit. For now. I delivered Vienna's research to Dunstan. He can now complete the Forge Knights. Let's talk to Cliver. How may I be of assistance? Was there more you needed to do?
Dunstan will complete the first squad of Forge Knights in no time. Now the High Justice will want to have his Forge Masters at Fleetbreaker Castle create more.
However, it's been brought to my attention that you're close ally of the Dozens, he calls. I'm sure you understand that the further association puts us in a precarious position. Was there something else I can do for you? Goodbye. Ah, this is not what I wanted, but yeah, whatever. I am now allied with Dozens. Probably because of this quest. I wanted to join the Crucible Knights, but yeah, maybe in another playthrough. That's what happens when you play blindly sometimes. Let's go to Brackenbury now. There are 2 more quests. Both of the NPCs are at the tavern. Let's talk to Tristan first. Let's see if we can get back the 5,000.
Well met, friend.
The fancy elf eyes you and your pack. Did you do it? Did you get the medallion from Serel? Give medallion. Yes. Tristan's eyes are as wide and round as the artifacts in his hands. You've given my people a gift we couldn't possibly repay. I'll do the best I can though. He shows a bag of coin into your hands. This is something I have. Take it, please. Ah. 6,000 is a lot of money. But I'm benevolent. Keep it. Your clan could use it to rebuild. The Shattering Spear will think of your kindness for generations to come. If you ever find yourself in Erglanfath, please honor us with your visit. Forever. He hurries out of the inn, his fancy cloak dragging on the ground. Very expensive. I got the medallion for Tristan. He thanks me a lot and left to find his clan. We have to speak with Mervith. And okay, let's find Mervith. Scarion has an excellent violin rat on the rack over there. Okay, let's go one floor up. If I wanted company, I'd go to the Salty Moth. Mervith Goldtooth sketches the candlelight. What is it this time? Someone at the old lighthouse in Andresgist was looking for your ship. Heard you fancy yourself a comedian. If this is your idea of a joke, you'd better notice that I am not laughing. No one goes near that old place. She leans in, her voice a low hiss. I smell a setup. The last lighthouse keeper watched for your ship every day. It's all in the log. No, her snarls flashes a gold tooth. She turned me out. We were poorer than the fishermen who lived there now. And when she learned I'd put food on our table with stolen coin, she told me that if she never saw me again, it would be the mercy of the gods. Her darkened eyes are filled with rage. I had nowhere else to go, and it was a rough life until I rose to captain. She ignored the Adrian advance to stay behind. I think she was waiting for you. She turns her eyes away. She was always so stubborn. I forget sometimes where I got it. She gulps down the rest of her wine. I'll go. Perhaps it will give both of us some peace. Mervith revealed that the last lighthouse keeper, presumably the creature that now haunts the upper level, was her mother. I convinced Mervith to visit in hopes of pacifying the spirit. Oh, she didn't reveal that. The Banshee shouldn't be a problem any longer. Neach's in Ondra gift, waiting for the good news. A new quest. Let's go with Moonshine there.
I wonder, Alof, don't you ever feel curious about Isilmir's history?
Not even a little.
But think of the opportunities. You could learn so much about the past.
There are some things I'm happy not knowing.
Let's go back to Onra's gift. The morning is coming, so maybe I will be able to get to water now. Not yet. I want to see upstairs what's there before talking to Nia. The curiosity killed the cat. Hopefully not this time. She's gone.
Gods keep you.
You'll never guess what happened. Nia points to the lighthouse. I was keeping an eye out for you, and who strolls down the dock but Mervith herself. You should have seen the stares she got. But she walks right into the lighthouse, never a word to anyone, and just when I'm sure he's met some awful fate in there, she strolls right out, still saying nothing to nobody. No, I'm hearing all sort of rumors about Mervith and the last lighthouse keeper. She shakes her head. I don't know what to believe. But everyone else around here is convinced that the place is safe again. I haven't got a construction crew ready to start work. 1,000 copper. She takes a deep breath, a big contented smile on her face, and I know I've got you to thank. Here, this is for you. Come back when the renovations are done. I have got big plans for this place. All earnings were lost to bandits, so but I have to go there and hire more of them. The journal. I convinced Mervith to visit the Banshee. Now that the angry spirit is at rest, Nia can resume her renovations.
Hmm?
No? Let's go to the company then for more quests. And just in case. Let's leave some free space.
Gods keep you.
Were you able to deliver the packages? If you told me that the Doemenels were after you, you could have saved us both a lot of trouble. The Doemenels were there? Verzano's eyes fly open, and he tugs at his bird. I was so careful, always following the Verlavita. They couldn't have known.
Well, well. Is this your last day among the living, Verzano?
Verzano wrings his hands. Your timing is impeccable, tell Pelagina. The Doemenels are after me. Please, you got to stop them.
As if any of this were ever in my hands. The Republics considered your business worth protecting based on its success. That success depended on cooperation with the locals, like House Doemenel. You've lost that. And the favor of the Dukes.
Do not interrupt.
Even if you get out of this alive, they're done with you. The Dukes have more pressing interest in Defiance Bay than rescuing one merchant who threw himself overboard.
Verzano falls to his knees and clasps his hands together. Have mercy, Pelagina. I don't stand a chance against the Doemenels. He bites a trembling lip. I brought failure and shame on myself, but you can't mean to watch your countryman die like a dog.
Vezzano, Vezzano. Why are you wasting your precious breath on me? My orders come through the ambassador, and through the ambassador from people you should be honored ever gave a moment's thought to whether you live or die. You don't seem like the sort to petition the gods to keep him out of hell. So why not cry mercy to the one person in this room with the power to grant it?
She turns her attention to you and raises her feathered eyebrow expectantly. Hmm. I intend to protect Verzano from the Doemenels. Pelagina drops her gaze and lightly shakes her head from side to side. Moments later, she turns her eye to the ceiling in amused disbelief.
Vezzano, you have a saint looking out for you after all.
She strides across the room and takes the already nervous Verzano has in her feathered hands, a gesture that seems to hover in a dangerously narrow space between cursing and crushing.
Just don't come knocking on the embassy door. Understand?
Verzano replies with a rapid, weak series of nods. Pelagina nods back once and gives his face a light slap.
Do as you will. He's no longer my concern.
She turns her feathered head in your direction. Donna saunters through the door, flanked by a squad of Doemenel foot soldiers. She lets her gloved hand rest on the hilt of her weapon. A sneer curdles on her face as she looks at you. It seems I was wrong to overlook your blunder. Rest assured, I never make the same mistake twice. Hmm. And again, from very back position. You use this. And you go there, you go there. And
Following your
it's
Wood.
just to be sure, I use this on Eloth. Before
Wood.
Mestre Versano. He wipes the sheen from his forehead and looks around the warehouse, mine with the wide, fearful eyes of a haunted animal. I can't thank you enough, Aimiko, but this won't stop the Doemenels for long. I've got to get out of here, and I recommend that you do too. He hands you his pistol and gives you a bag of coin with shaking hands. That's all I have after this ill-fated venture. Thank you again, and please look out for yourself. Oh, this one is faster. I will use the forgiveness.
Certainly.
In the Valen Republic of Palmenia, a military graveyard has been struck by vandals that burn tributes left to the dead. Through trembling to the Duchess, she has few local resources to deal with the problem. As the Republic will soon be celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Battle of Lagon Pirella, the Duchess would like to have mystery solved quickly and quietly. With the blessing of the Duchess of Palmenia, Moonshine begins an earnest investigation of the vandalism at the military graveyard. After a large amount of digging, some literal, some figurative, Moonshine was able to track down the solitary culprit, the grandson of a soldier who was executed for cowardice in the Battle of Lagon Pirella. According to the young man, his grandfather was slandered and the execution was not just. The Deuces and Palmenia Songretta Ducala reviews the man's evidence and decided to restore his grandfather's dignity by inscribing his name on Lagon Spirala Memorial. However, the young man was still guilty of violating a long list of Palmenian laws and customs. The Duchess exiled him from the island for life. Revive with 300 endurance. Good to know. And how much? We are not building anything. Oh shit. Bad. Let's let's purchase the training grounds.
You had 5 siblings?
That's right. Between the 6 of us, I don't think the house has known a single day's quiet. Of course, a little chaos makes it far easier to get away with mischief.
I can imagine that comes in handy.
Ah, it's done then. Verzano plays with fire and someone else always pays the price for it. Your charity is more than he deserves. Still, at least I don't have to deal with him anymore. For that, I'm grateful. Whether you intended to or not, you've done the Valian Republic a service today, ridding us of him. I work closely with the embassy to protect our interests, but lately I think our gaze has been too narrow. You clearly have pursuits of your own in the city, but I think we could help each other out. If you're interested in doing some work for us. Officially, I mean. We can go together and I'll introduce you to the ambassador.
That sounds fine. Let's go.
Good. Maybe I can finally do something more worthwhile than playing nanny to merchants. The embassy is up in First Fires, southwest of the Ducal Palace.
Farewell.
Pelagina feels she has been wasting her time on trivial tasks in Defiance Bay. She believes there are more serious threats to the Wayland Republics and wants your help in pursuing them. Pelagina wants to speak to Ambassador Agosti at the Wayland Embassy at First Fire. Let's check if we can get to water. Yes. What has Pelagina? This might be much better for her. I think I gave him this for a while. And this to her. And maybe this. This should be okay for now. Greatsword, Pike, Warhammer, Arbalest, Arquebus. So, let's check if we have some Arquebus in here with magic. No. That's this one better for her.
Laying low.
Let's check out the water. I found a piece of a broken relic. It looks like other parts are still missing.
Now here's something.
Be cautious. Be constant.
Animat. This is not good. Let's see if it can work or not. Again, I could. And no.
Stunzen. Ett bossen där.
Lava will be on sea!
I'm ready.
And I think I use this just for Aloth.
I understand.
Oh? Laying low.
Let's continue with search. Barnacles encrust the hull of this beached boat. Something deject other fingers, most likely, has clawed deep drifts in the wood. Whoever tried to sail through them must have been desperate or inexperienced. I found 2 pieces of the broken relic. They seem to be fit, but something else is still missing. More animats.
Will they?
Let's use this.
This isn't working!
Let's knock him down.
Don't even
Muscles cling to the bricks and planks, their shells sharp enough to cut flesh.
Nice and quiet.
I found the third piece of the broken relic. Combined, these three fragments form a scepter. Any more places where to go down to the water? Probably not here. It's from here. Okay. Let's finish this quest first.
Hello.
Imatel rubs a close thumb over the runes in the opal. Is this about the broken scepter? Have you seen anyone come this way carrying a large chest? Come think of it, I did. He points to the east. They went that way. Couldn't have gotten too far. Imatel gazes out over the water. Anything else you need? I already found the missing pieces. His bristled eyebrows rise to a peak. You mean you got past those armored monsters? I don't know how. He shakes his head. Listen, if you're willing, I'll give you this last piece. He holds up the opal. And the name of someone who'll buy it all. All I want is 200 pence for getting the cargo here. Sounds fair? We got a deal. He accepts your money and gives you the opal. It's still warm from his hands. You'll want to go to the Brackenbury Sanitarium and find Nance. She'll know more about this artifact, and I know for a fact she's brought them from our crew before. Very well. Imatel's friend Nance is an animancer and an expert on Engwithan artifacts. She'll know how much these pieces are worth and perhaps if they could be reassembled. Okay, so we need to go to the east and ask about the big chest. It's a wonder we didn't drill our bow full of hoe strength to anchor near those cursed Audra levies. A touch of sophistication would do much good around here. You're making quite a name for yourself with the Doemenels. Pity that it isn't the kind of impression you should be making.
Were they?
Let's stun them. And this as well.
Certainly.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
I probably missed this, or... Yes, I must have missed it. Mud squelches underfoot, crabs scuttle out of the debris.
Now here's something.
A young boy's corpse lies at your feet, half covered in dirt and seaweed. His hands have stiffened around the dagger. A soul lingers nearby, something confused and lost in the seaside fog. Reach toward the soul. As you reach for the soul, it lashes out. Glowing mist strikes at the air around you. The soul can't touch you, but you feel it burn with a feeble, uncontrolled rage. Calm down and show me what happened. The soul flickers. It ripples towards you, timidly at first. As it swirls around you, you experience wonder, fear, and the joy of running between the ships at noon. With a jolt, it pulls you into the streets around the salty mist. Women with painted faces weave between men stumbling in and out of the lamplight. Father's gone in for a drink, just like always. He said he'd only be a few minutes, but it's been hours. The man guarding the doors only laughed when you tried to explain this. There's always a back door. In an alley, two men have cornered a woman. Her cheeks are streaked with tears. She is backed against the wall and looking away. They're inching closer. You step forward, the men barely acknowledge you, but the woman looks at you, a plea in her eyes. You've seen that look in abused strays, in your hollow-born sister, that time father took her from her splintering cradle and to the filth wash basin. You were brave that day. A knife is in the Tug's belt, it's in your hands, and now it's in his thigh. You're small and fast, but not fast enough. Fingers bite into your arm and a muddy boot sails toward your face. Then everything is muffled by cold, brackish water. The soul retreats from you. It pulses with a question. You did a brave thing. The gods will reward you in the next life. Darren's soul absorbed its thought and ebbs in the ocean mists around the dock. As you regain awareness of what's happening around you, you realize that your head is in Pelagina's feathered hands. Her golden eyes are peered into your own, as though she is trying to catch a glimpse of activity lurking in the depths. As she sees your eyes respond, she wobbles your head a little and gives you a light slap. Letting go and stepping back, she regards you with concern. Everything going all right in there? Therein, a young boy's corpse lies at your feet, half covered in dirt and seaweed. His hands have stiffened around a dagger. A soul lingers nearby, something confused and lost in the seaside fog. Take the dagger. The boy's small hands are rigid in death, but you pry the dagger free. It looks too large and too expensive to have belonged to him. The letter B is carved into the pommel. I found Darren's body. His soul revealed that he was defending a prostitute from a pair of thugs near the salty mist. They murdered him and left his body beneath one of the docks. Oda will want to know what happened. I can also hunt down Darren killers and deal with them. I picked up a dagger with the letter B and cried upon it. It almost likely belonged to Darren's killer. Let's see, we have checked everything this. Let's see if I can find the chest before. Here. Probably that's it. Four people stand gathered around what happens to be a wooden chest. One of them, a grizzled and round-looking character, looks up at you, then sneers. Took a wrong turn somewhere, did you? Best turn around and walk on. There's a sudden snapping sound from the direction of the chest, and a second smaller man lets out a frustrated groan. Damn it! That's the second lockpick he used up. He looks up at you and stills. Oh. Walder rolls his eyes, then turns to you. You walked down your last pier. Let's see this. Probably gonna go here, and everyone else pile on him. The thieves who stole the chest Marchen was supposed to be looking after aren't going to give up it without a fight. With the thieves' deaths, I can collect the chest.
Certainly.
So let's collect it. This sea chest bears a large embossed sigil of a ship and the word Fortanero beneath it in gilded letters. It's held shut by a heavy brass padlock. Take the sea chest. I located the chest that was stolen from Marcheno's ship. I'll be happy to learn that I've located and dealt with the thieves who took it. Okay, I think that will be it for today. because it's getting a little bit too late, and I still have few more quests to finish here in Ondra's Gift, but that really have to wait for another time. So, as always, thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your time. See you next time, and feel free to follow to my YouTube channel, to my Twitch channel, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you liked. See you at some other time.